What's up, guys? So today we're going to be learning a transition I used in my last Instagram video, which is how to make a video appear in a page of a book. And so this is kind of more like a visual effects type of transition that's done in After Effects, but it's pretty simple and it's pretty cool to do. So with that said, let's jump into After Effects and get the tutorial started. Alright guys, so we have just opened After Effects, and you're going to want your video of your either piece of paper, newspaper, or for me it's going to be a blank book page. And if you notice here, I kind of flipped through the book and you'll see a few X's on there, and those are actually for tracking the page. And this tutorial isn't going to go over that because I already have another tutorial on how to track and how to pretty much screen replace, which is exactly what this is doing. So if you want to do that full tutorial, go check out the link right here. And that'll take you and you'll learn how to actually track and then apply that information to this information to track your video onto the page. So for right now, all we're going to do is find a good spot where our page looks nice, and we're going to right click, come up to time, and then freeze frame for now. So now our video is frozen, so we can easily apply our video onto the page for this frame here. So what we're going to want to do next is find the video you want to apply. So something to take into consideration here is that if your video does not really match the size of the page you're trying to paste it on. So for me, you can easily see that this page is taller than it is wider, but the video I'm going to use is wider than it is taller. So if I were to just come up here and look for corner pin, and I were to apply it to our video, and then I were to take the four corners and actually apply it to our page, my video is going to look pretty distorted. And in some aspects, you want it to look a little bit distorted, but if you don't like the way this looks and you want it to be less distorted, there's another way to go about doing this. So let's delete the corner pin, and you're actually going to distort your video before you apply corner pin. So if we think about this, what's happening is that it's squishing these sides in to make it skinnier, and the height is really staying the same. So I'm going to actually make this a little wider, probably about twice as wide as this here. And then what I'm going to do is then I'm going to right click and I'm going to pre-compose my layer here. We'll go move all attributes. So now my video is 1920 by 1080, but it's stretched out. So this looks distorted here. But if you think about it, when we apply corner pin, we're actually going to be bringing these corners in. So we're going to be pretty much undistorting our distorted video. Now, granted, you're not getting your whole video in here, but that's kind of the caveat to if you want to put a video on a page that doesn't match the same size. So let's put corner pin on there and then drag the corners probably a little bit outside the edges of the page, and it'll make sense in a little bit because we're going to actually have to mask this anyway. So you have your video here and you have the four corners not inside the page, but go a little bit outside the page here. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come over and we're going to want to search tint. Whoops, tint. Come and apply that to our layer, and then go and search for find edges, and that should be under stylize, and apply that to our page here. And if you look at when it does that, it kind of tries to find the hard edges of your video. And for right now it's black and white, and so if you were to turn off that tint, you would actually have some color in there, which you might like actually in your book page. Maybe you want it to have some color, so that's kind of up to you. And if you apply levels onto this as well, you can kind of mess around with what edges are actually being found. You can also apply with how much you want it to blend with the original. But once you have this, what we're going to actually do is come down to the mode of our video we're trying to put on our page, and we're going to go to multiply. And if you notice, that kind of multiplies our video with the layer under it as far as color-wise goes. And so now it actually kind of looks like a pencil or a pen drawing on our page here. And so this is kind of why I said you want to make it go outside the page, because if you notice there's these harsh edges from our video, and we do not want those. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to right click and pre-compose this layer again. move all attributes, hit OK. And it's going to not carry through our changes, but that's easily fixed by coming down and hitting this little star icon here, which it says collapse transformations for vector layer continuously rasterize. So what this is doing is when we pre-comped it, it's not bringing our composition effects through to this next pre-comp. And so when we click this, it's bringing them all through still. An easy way to put it. And what we're then going to do is we're going to come up to the mask tool, and we're just going to make a mask. And now inside our page here, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. So now you're like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, no worries here. Hit MM on your properties. Let's mask feather this probably, I'd say like 8 pixels. And then what we're going to want to do is come back to mode here and just go back to multiply. And now if we were to hide what our mask looks like, now you'll notice is that we don't have those harsh edges, and our video is on the frame. And if you don't like how harsh these edges are, you can even feather the mask even more to make it not look so bad. And you can move these around as well. But now if we were to scrub through our footage here, it looks like our video is on the page here. And obviously I have these track markers here, but when I actually did this in the Instagram video, I painted those out, so you don't see those at all. And you'll notice though, we have a little bit of an error here. We have the video overlapping our thumb, which kind of throws the realism off here. So this is super easy to fix. All we're going to do is come down to our book layer, do Control or Command D to duplicate it, bring that on top here, and then let's go to the masking tool, and all we're going to do is mask out our thumb here. And if we mask it out decent here, bam and bam. And then if you hit MM on your keyboard, we can probably put like a 2 pixel feather on that. Let's hide that. And now if we scrub through our footage, you'll notice that the video does not go over our thumb here. And it is as easy as that, guys. If you don't want such a harsh entry onto the book, you can easily come down, hit T for opacity, and let's say right here we want it to be 100%. So let's stopwatch that, and then can make it 0% right here. Ooh, excuse me. And let's play through our video, and it kind of just fades on here. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial, and if you guys actually use this on some of your videos and post it on Instagram, please tag me in it. I would love to see what you guys are doing with the tutorials I create, and just see some cool videos that you guys create. With that, stay tuned for next week where I will have another video out. Have a good week, guys. Peace.